see other world dictators overtly violating the Treaty of Versailles, the world had to respond to their aggression. Before the years of World War I, the world used the policy of appeasement. Appeasement is the policy of giving in to your principles and granting concessions to your enemies in order to avoid war. The ultimate failure with the policy of appeasement is that your enemies always want more, and you end up going to war with them anyway.
Hitler begins to execute his plan for German reunification and European domination in Austria. On March 12, 1938, Hitler orders German troops into his homeland of Austria. This was known as the Anschluss. This territory was filled with 6 million Germanic people who favored unification.
Hitler then turns his attention to the Sudetenland in the country of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia was a country that was designed by the Treaty of Versailles. It was made up of land taken away from Germany and the former Austrian-Hungarian Empire. The Sudetens were the Germans who lived in Czechoslovakia. Because of his plan of reunification of all Germans in one Reich, Hitler felt that he had a right to take the land pictured here, which was filled with German people living in a foreign country. And because he saw the Treaty of Versailles as illegal, he thought it was natural for him to take this land. Hitler's master plan was to acquire the German people Lebensraum, or living space. He would do this at the expense of all the Eastern European countries that he saw as illegally created by the Treaty of Versailles, and therefore rightfully belonged to the German Reich.
Hitler's intentions to take the Sudetenland brought the world to the brink of war. Britain and France pledged to protect the democratic Czechoslovakia. Hitler legitimized his claim to the Sudetenland by accusing the Slavics of abusing the Sudetens, and therefore he had to protect them. This all leads to the Munich Conference. Hitler calls British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain to Munich to negotiate. Hitler swears the Sudetenland is his last territorial demand. Eager to avoid war, Great Britain and France give in. On September 30th, 1938, the Munich Agreement is signed, and Hitler gets the Sudetenland. Great Britain and France use a policy of appeasement to avoid war. But this is all a failure because on March 15, 1939, Hitler takes the rest of Czechoslovakia.
By the end of the summer of 1939, Hitler turned his focus to the east, and a land that he wanted, Poland. Poland would become the last straw and the first step towards war. Both the German and Russian peoples felt that they had to claim the Poland because it was comprised of land taken away from them at the Treaty of Versailles. Great Britain and France had also pledged to protect the democratic nation of Poland, even onto the verge of war. However, Hitler and Stalin both pursued their claims on Poland. Hitler knew that taking Poland would mean war with the West, and he also knew that it would mean war in the East with Stalin, who also wanted Poland for himself. To avoid a two-front war, Hitler and Stalin negotiated the Nazi-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact in 1939. Both devised a plan in which they would divide and conquer Poland. The pact was a way for Hitler and Stalin to share Poland without having to fight each other over it. First, Hitler would invade Poland from the west, taking one half of it. In response, Stalin would invade Poland from the east, in the cause of defending it against the Nazi threat. In the end, the two sides would divide Poland in half, and both claim one half of the country. On September 1st, 1939, the German Blitzkrieg invades Poland.
Since Poland was an ally of Britain and France, this leads them to declare war on Germany. With Germany signing a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union, they were free to focus all of their attention on the Western Front. All of this leads to the greatest conflict in human history.